Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 410, titled Farewell, All for One. Wow, we're not even trying to be deceptive about this chapter being focused mostly on All for One finally kicking the bucket after what feels like 20 chapters? I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I don't think it's been, that much of a gap between All Might versus All for One and, All for One, ending of All for One versus All Might, and the start of Bakugo versus All for One, and all that type of confrontation. Like, I feel like when it's gonna be in volume releases, it's gonna be one of those, like, basically two whole volumes are just gonna be All for One and All for One's fight. I hope at least in one of those two volumes, All for One at least fucking appears. But yeah, anyways, we cut to the aftermath of that blast that Bakugo did last chapter, with All for One narrating to himself and thinking to himself what is the situation he's in right now. He's like from the dust in the shadows, like, only a bit further to go. Then I'll transfer my quirk to Tomura. My other self was likely swallowed up and suppressed, but I can still empower him to wrest back control of that supremely sinister body and mind. So yeah, like he said, like we all thought, and I think he was saying before, and he wants to get, if he gets another All for One, he will be able to take control of Tomura and all that. As in, of us thinks of, based on what I've observed of Tomura, the other me must have been taken out of commission before he could employ that latch ditch tactic. Alright, remember that this last ditch tactic, because it's not name, it's definitely going to come into play. I will get into speculation later, but we have to remember there is one last ditch thing that All for One has, because the guy has so many fucking plans that it's literally made fun of in the story about how many plans he has. As then we also probably also to have a and for All for One by Izuku-san in another sense, even if it's not directly. So yeah, anyways, we have All for One saying, well, face yourself again, victory is still within reach. You know, dude, you've been saying this for so long and yet it always failed. Maybe you should at least try to sound a bit more concerned. Just saying, maybe something more on the lines of, alright, my options are not looking good right now, but there is still 1% chance I can win this. Or I still have a way to win this. But still, just kind of within reach kind of makes it sound a little less confident or anything. And there we have everyone saying, well, speaking of control Tomura, steal one for all, Yuichi. Without you, it's all for naught. So yeah. I also wonder if the reason why Tomura was chosen was also by the resemblance. Because while Yuichi and Tomura are not like Bakugo and second All for One user, there is somewhat of a resemblance, even if it's kind of like a surface level based. As they were saying, the negatives in life tend to stick in one's memory for so very long. This is why I thwart the futures of others. Yuichi, I want everyone's eyes on me forever. So we get to know more about, so we get kind of more of a motive. So he is also a bit of an insecurity on that, and he wants to get all the attention. As then we see All for One's hands, and they look a little tiny, if you know what I mean. As they have All for One saying a bit further, as it's revealed that All for One is currently a baby. Pretty much the same as he was when we got the flashback with him being born, all that. As there we have Bakugo coming from that smoke, as he's saying, "You still haven't poofed away yet, huh?" Since you kind of figure that's what he should have poofed a long time ago. I mean, he was already a fucking teenager when Bakugo was going up against him, and then All for One notices Bakugo is like, "Oh fuck." If he would, I think he just pooped himself. Like, we don't see the bag, but I feel like he just pooped himself. As we have all my Bakugo coming from this, he's kind of spitting blood all over the place, like blah blah blah. As they have Bakugo shaking and be like, so cold, no strength left. Thank God, because I'm pretty sure this is reaching the levels of where you should be without strength. As they have Bakugo saying, keep standing. As they have Ophan screaming because remember, he's screaming this in his head because he can't talk anymore because he's a baby. As he screams, move aside! As we have this, as Bug was the real Ophan says, wah! Okay, some people comparing this to Muzan because he also was turned to a baby, and I mean, fine, it's decent. Like we all know, these generic pure evil type of villains really do fit when they're being de-aged. Funny enough, Lord Enome in the anime that's coming out soon is probably not exactly the same thing, but she is also gonna get de-aged. But yeah, anyways, then we have Bago saying he's falling forward. It's like he can't even talk anymore, and he still has his drive. He doesn't say that, but it is true. Like he's not, like he can't even talk. Instead of Bago saying he's on the verge of birth, which means death. That could be good enough. He'll fade away even without my help. Since you know, if he can't even talk, then this means that he's so young that just pure time at this point. He has at most minutes until he becomes, you know, just a glop of cells or whatever the child abortion lunatics consider the before or you become a baby. So yeah, he realizes that, and Bubba starts falling down as he starts laughing. Yeah, he is done for. Like, there's no way he can do anything. He's a baby now, and he's on the verge of death because again, like he's just supposed to be born. As they have a flashback to Baku's conversation with Kirishima. I think this was in the. I think this was also in the a flashback that we've seen during Kirishima's fight in the Shahi Saikai arc. As Bakugo tells Kirishima, just being able to keep standing for everything makes you crazy strong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what was stated in that arc. As then we cut to the present as we see Bakugo standing with his left foot pushing, standing up while keeping himself from falling as he gets all serious, using the last bit of his strength as the baby awful one is like, what's going on? Why are you not falling? As Bakugo says, that was close. Nah, nothing less than absolute victory for me. As he has a big grin on his face, yeah. Remember in the class 1B arc where I said nothing but absolute victory? Yeah, guess what? It's continued here as well. I am not, until you're fucking that, awful one, I am not just gonna croak. As then we have All For One screaming, "Stay back!" as he's running, Wah! As he sets like one of those needles, which I'm not saying that's the only one in the quirk he has left, or because remember this is the quirk that he stole as soon as he was born, or not. But regardless, he sends that like spike at Bakugo, and it does seemingly hit him a bit. But All For One gets shocked because it's revealed that. That was actually that little spurt isn't blood, but actually the explosion that Bakugo used when he clenched that thing in teeth. It's like with teeth because he's a baby. One's a baby now. His quirk is very weak now. So even a weakened Bakugo like this should be able to hold on with just his teeth. As then we have Bakugo saying 99 All For One. As then we have All For One panicking and we go As then. I think his Ares reversal quirk is time to completely kick in because remember again he was just about to DH to a point he can't live outside of a womb, and now he's even continually being he's being stalled. Even Babu cannot bring himself to finishing blow, all he has to do is keep. As long as All For One cannot even get out of the area, he's gonna die on his own. It's kind of like a battle between it's kind of like a poison battle where you don't need to beat the person directly. You just have to keep them from getting healed or keep them from resting. As there we have All For One's final thought is like, I let my emotions get the better of me. That's not like me at all. No, no. I hate. As he's thinking of something in anger. It's like just kind of a baby getting de-aged even more. As he's now becoming a female. As then we come to the vestige world. As we have the people that were there, kind of like realizing what is going on as they're kind of slowly disappearing. As some of them are thinking, the stolen factors returning to their former owners. As then we have Hawks's vestige, probably after he's got done with his fans, doing whatever they do in Vestige World. Is looking at his hands. He's also disappearing. As then he thinks of would be a nice bonus for them, but that's not how it works. As then he Hawks has a smile as he then disappears. I guess this is the idea. In case someone was thinking that people are gonna get their quirks back if All For One dies, because the whole you die, but then everything kind of returns. No, it's by the words they say here, it's pretty clear that people who lost their quirks can no longer get them. Hawks can no longer get his quirk back because, he got stolen, so Hawks not quirkless. And that's probably supposed to be kept a thing. Which kind of sucks for that for everyone here, for everyone who's still alive that lost their quirks, but I guess they're just gonna have to get used to this living. Does make me wonder if there's gonna be a bit of a resurgence of people without quirks again, because some of them have no quirks, but I guess maybe not. I don't think it's ever been straight up addressed if that's gonna be the case or not. But yeah. Anyways, then we have female All For One just slowly dispersing into nothing. As they have Bakugo just standing there like, okay, I lasted that slow as the baby disappears. And kind of looks like Bakugo's also like, alright, I gotta quickly check to make sure if there was absolutely nothing remaining. I don't want any kind of cell or something remaining, just in case. As then we get a close-up of where All For One was standing on, or crawling on. As we see there's nothing there, as then Bakugo is like, puts his arm, and I'll be like, ugh, damn it. As in instance of, I really wanted to pull off that All Might standing victory pose as Bakugo falls down, as he just has his hand in the air, be like, Izuku, give him hell! Referring to Shigaraki versus Izuku, which means we are finally going to focus on this fight. I know I remember complaining about the fact that we haven't focused on Shiraki's fight a little too much at the beginning, but now I feel like we haven't been focusing on the fight for several volumes. So I guess this means we're finally getting back to it. Which means we might actually have some worthless side villains getting beaten after All For One. It's just kind of putting the cherry on the cake in terms of All For One simulating defeat, the fact that some random villains were defeated after him. So anyway, we have a bit of a flashback page as we have a little bit before the fight and agreeing on how they're gonna deal with Shiraki. As we have the narrator saying a few days before the operation, as we have Bash Jr. saying, Shiraki is bound to strike at the UA campus. Should we allow him to touch down on the ground, we will find ourselves quite distressed, referring to the decay and all that, because again, he probably can at this point just touch once and everything will be destroyed. As then we have Sonya saying, because once he's on the ground, we'll be at a huge disadvantage, just like back in Jakku. Even more so, probably. As then we have Sonya saying, probably because he wasn't there, he's just knows stories of it. As he says, I've heard the stories. And then we have someone else, maybe Nadra, saying, the stress always is with the Jin's lingo. As they have Bajin saying, no, I speak of being united in purpose, in regards to what we seek to protect. Since, they want to protect people, but if Shiraki touches the ground, well, let's be honest, unless they all can all just suddenly start flying, all the buildings suddenly start flying, everyone's gonna be in a horrible situation. Thank God that Shiraki can combine his the radiator or whatever they're called to palm hand blasts and decay, because otherwise he would just be setting blasts of decay everywhere. As then we have Sonito putting his hood over his eyes, as Nedra says, "We evacuated the whole area, so do you mean we got some buildings? Since, there's gotta be no person there," so Nedra's a bit confused on what exactly is being referred to, because, no one's there, and they definitely picked an area that's completely abandoned. But that shot says, "We assume the architecture itself will not survive, as our hands will be full enough already, or rather we set aside such concerns the moment we decided to assign Dobby's battle in Camino World." Basically, naturally, we've already kind of cemented that these buildings are gonna get destroyed. Like, whatever class or how many hours you spend studying and saying, we must protect the buildings as well, kind of gets thrown out of the way. Like, we already put fucking Dobby in an urban area. We are clearly, completely, the last thing on our minds right now is protecting some buildings. We'll be lucky we even survive, woman. I mean, not as condescending as I did, but more or less what she's saying. As they have Echo saying, "We act in the hope of saving lives and ensuring a future for all." So yeah, as they have Miyako saying, "Yep, get to the heart of the matter." Basically, just this kind of the stuff they said because it's nice to hear, but it's not really the important stuff. As they have, as you're saying, the issue is Shigaraki's personality, which is in a state of flux. We would prefer the All for One persona, actually, because the domination he seeks requires living subjects to dominate. Basically, this kind of battle between what is better, what is more dangerous situation where, okay, is it worse to put someone who is so unstable that he's more likely to kill everyone, or put someone who wants to rule everyone? Because someone who wants to rule everyone will at least keep people alive. Well, someone who wants to show everyone is not gonna give a shit about who dies. Again, I'm curious on how what are Shiraki's thoughts on Spinner, Dobby, and all those people, but again, 3 people surviving, or 4, or how many people Shiraki considers friends is, 1, I think not even an issue anymore, and 2, kind of doesn't really help much. As they have Baku saying, "But if Shiraki is in the driver's seat, he ain't gonna be so merciful." It's fine when how the danger between Shiraki is more the fact that he's not gonna be merciful. So yeah, as they have Basher saying, "With such strength and hatred brewing within him, his desire for destruction may direct itself toward the very earth." Planetary level, Shiraki is officially planetary. They mentioned the information Earth, aka the planet, making him officially planetary. By every single power scaling logic, Shiraki is 100% planetary, because that's how anime works. You mention level of power that could be on the planet, and you're planetary, even if there are several considerations as well as actually in the shows being proven. But whatever, they mention planet Earth, meaning that he's planetary. As they would have Bajin also saying, as Izuku just kind of listening and processing all of this information, as Bajin says, "In a world where we emerge victorious, even if we stood our ground and risen back up from dire states, it will all be for nothing without a foundation to stand on. No, what we must protect is..." Basically, it does not matter if we beat Shiraki if he just ends up destroying and decaying the whole planet. So yeah, as then we have evacuation shelter, as we have all the people now focusing on the battle is pretty much the only one they actually have to focus on, like even in universe, is pretty much just Shiraki versus Zuko. As they were just a bunch of buildings crumbling, as then we have an older couple being like, "No, our home. We've farmed that land since my granddad's time." I think you do have a bit your priorities not straight, but I get it. I guess, it's a big family centered situation. You know, your family has had it for generations at this point. I mean, also you also look very old. Actually, is this guy a grandpa? This guy gives me the idea that he's like in his like either grandpa or oldest father's of the age. So, like we're talking one, two, at least 4 or 5 generations. As then we have Izuku's mother. Izuku, she's worried. As then we get to see what's up in all that chaos and madness that's been going on with the Shiroki versus Izuku fight. As we see an area of that land getting submerged by the ocean. As we get everything getting crumbled. All together. As then I think Shigaraki is the one saying this. Is like, I'm not directing my decay over the surface, but rather down, nice and deep. A hefty chunk of Shizuoka Prefecture will be gone in the blink of an eye. It'll take out 378,000 square kilometers of the country itself. Give me a week and there will be nothing left but the sea and the sky. So pretty much what I was theorizing, the Shiroki made Fear be able to destroy everything if you give him time. Yeah, I guess it's confirmed. The current Shiroki just needs a week and he'll destroy every Earth on the planet. Question, what would happen if you just destroyed every solid thing on Earth? Would the ocean stay the same, or would it collapse, or what would actually have happened? I don't exactly know that detail, but whatever, we get confirmed. We get as much confirmation as possible. It takes 1 week for Shiroki to destroy Earth. So yeah. Or destroy the planet, let's be honest. So think about it as boss from One Punch Man, wiping out humanity, destroying the planet type of situation. Anyways, they have Shiroki as flying in the waterfall saying, snuffing out any hope of restoration. That's what it means to destroy everything. As then we have, or to be fair, Shiroki at this point, I think you would probably just destroy everyone as well. I mean, your decay does spread without you even needing to touch it. As then we have Izuku using one of his smashes on Shiroki, but it doesn't really help much. Then Izuku's all serious and badass-like. As Izuku's just now kind of thinking about his quirks and how to fight Shiroki. It's like, by running the second gear shift, the third fudging, and the fourth danger sense in parallel, I can really go on the offensive, unlike earlier, but I still need a clue about how to stop him for real, and I need it quick. So basically, you know how like in the beginning, when Izuku first time used gear shift, yeah, that isn't as effective against the current Shiroki as it was in previously, because this time it's kind of like, yeah, it gives Izuku advantage when it comes to dodging and dealing damage, but it's not really doing anything major. As they have Shiroki looking at Izuku as he's telling him the situation in the city. I guess he sensed that with Pixie Bob's quirk. It's like, my master's that. And then we get some rain and some light from the clouds. He says, oh, because I didn't break that kid hard enough. That's on me. Well, to be fair, you didn't break him hard enough. It's just you didn't expect them to go the heroes to be able to pull a necromancer spell on Ibakugo. As they have Shiroki saying, but I'm actually kind of grateful to that guy. Yeah, basically, again, like, she is happy about the thing because, but Ibakugo was becoming an issue and a nuisance to Shiroki as soon as, after the first war. As then we have Izuku thinks of, he made me strong enough to adapt to this one speed. I think that's at least what Izuku is saying, or is that Shiroki saying? I think it might actually be Shiroki saying this. by the way, it's kind of structured. As then we have Shigaraki going to grab. Uh, as then we have him. I guess it's because how Bako was able to kind of dodge the Shigaraki before Izuku showed up, and I guess this is kind of like force him to increase Shigaraki to increase his speed, because now he's kind of going there and going to go grab Izuku, and he does kind of grab it, but it's like, but unfortunately for him, Izuku is able to cut his fingers off. Very nice clean slate, like kind of like he has, like kind of like as if Izuku has swords or knives or something on him, and is able to avoid most of it. As then we have Shigaraki saying, "You slashed off my fingers just in time to avoid a touching moment there." But face facts. As then we have the fourth use, yeah, wait, fifth use, fifth user showing up saying, "Kiddo!" As they have the fourth user, the fourth Shinomori's ban. And then Zu's like, and Danger Sense too. As then we have Izuku saying, Shoga saying, "How long can you keep this up?" So yeah, Shigaraki, even that brief moment, was able to take the fourth user, aka the danger sense from Izuku, and now Izuku does not have danger sense, which is a big problem because he was relying on danger sense, for Jin, and gear shift to dodge him, and now he cannot deal with the sensing one. So yeah, this is a bit of a problem. So again, this is the kind of chapter that's supposed to kind of remind us of the tension. Don't think just because All for One is dealt with that it's gonna be any easier with Shigaraki. Now, that's it for this chapter. What I predict later. Well, if it worked on, if Izuku just lost Danger Sense, I kind of predict that Nana's quirk is going to be one of the next quirks that's gonna be taken. I'm not sure if he's gonna. I'm not certain if Shigaraki has to like directly focus on which quirk to take, or if it's just like he can randomly take quirks. But I imagine Nana is going to be a pretty a quirk that's gonna get taken pretty soon, and then the whole trying to reason with Shigaraki, because at this point reasoning her might just be the best option you can have, because I mean, not gonna say that Shigaraki is exactly dominating this fight, but I mean, in terms of who can outlast, I would say Shigaraki is outlasting Izuku, and I don't think there's enough things in the repertoire unless if the other country's heroes refuse orders and they show up and help, and even those I think will just be like a delay if anything else, not really help. Just gotta giving Izuku an opening. But yeah. So yeah, I imagine that Nana will be taken. That's kind of going to like try to reason with Shigaraki, and when it's about to start working, that's when the last ditch that All for One mentioned in this chapter, the All for One message in Shigaraki's mind will activate, or maybe the rage that the All for One was feeling before he died will activate the rage that All for One in Shigaraki will activate, and then Nana will be taken, or Nana will be taken before that, and then she'll like reason with Shigaraki before it, and there's gonna be like a parallel between the chapter where Shigaraki accepted All for One while everyone else was kind of pushing him away, kind of situation, but it's gonna be done again this time, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be different because this time he's gonna go with Nana instead of All for One. That's what I'm kind of assuming is going to happen, but leave your thoughts. What do you think is gonna happen in the next couple of chapters in the comments below? Because again, like, I'm assuming the next chapter is just going to be the continuing this fight, or we're gonna cut to an Eraser versus Kurogiri, or maybe whatever the no one gives a shit heroes and villains are doing right now. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter. I hope you leave your thoughts in this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this to subscribe for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.